Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Gino from Impress Media, back again with another tutorial. And we are about to go and build some stuff in Blender. I tell people all the time that Blender is really easy. It's not that hard, but you just have to understand. You just have to understand, period. Like, you have to understand shapes. You have to understand a few things. And that comes with repetition. It comes with creating something, and creating something else, and creating something else, and creating something else. So yeah. So we're gonna do this basic tutorial. We're gonna build a SD card. It's really not that hard. I'm gonna open up Blender, and an SD card is kind of like straightforward. It's really kind of easy to build. I'm using Blender 3.2. All right. So one of the first things I do whenever I build anything, especially now, back in the day, I would like to, I would start building stuff out of my mind. But nowadays, I look at references. I always try to find something close to what I'm trying to build. Okay. So I went on Google and I searched up a SD card images, and I was able to find a picture where it shows the front and the back of it. So that's pretty dope because we can get real detail with it. A lot of times when you try to make things and you don't look at a reference, you tend to miss little details that are really sell whatever you're trying to make. It's gonna make it look exactly like it. So yeah, I found this SD card image right here, and we're gonna make the front and the back. I don't think I'm gonna do the mini one, but we can if y'all want to. It's cool. But let's get to it. So first thing I'm gonna do, we in Blender right now, and what you do whenever you creating something, you always want to start with a shape that looks similar or real close to whatever you're trying to create. Okay, so we got our reference already. I'm gonna hit Shift A, and if I'm moving too fast and you want to see what I'm typing, look right here where the mouse is, and it's gonna show you pretty much everything that I hit. So so I'm gonna hit Shift A. I'm gonna go to Mesh, and you know what? First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete this cube. I'm gonna hit X, delete the cube, hit Shift A, plane. Okay, and I'm gonna rotate the plane on the X axis. So all you have to do is hit R for rotate, hit X, and hit 90 degrees because I want it to stand like straight up and down. R, X, 90. Okay, so now it's standing like straight up and down. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna hit Shift A, and I'm gonna go to image, and I'm gonna go to reference, and we're just gonna use the picture that I found on the internet. Okay, so right now it's crazy. Like whenever you put the reference image in, it's all it's like it's not straight up and down, and you want it to be straight up and down like this. So all you have to do, go to edit, preferences, and go to add-ons. Make sure you're on add-ons, and then type in copy app interface copy attributes. Okay, and just make sure you click that and hit save preferences and go back. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this reference, and I'm gonna hold shift and select this, and I'm gonna hit Control C and just copy rotation. So now it's straight up and down just like this. Okay, and basically we just gonna use this to copy to trace this, not copy, trace it. So I'm gonna scale this. I'm gonna hit S and scale it down, hit G, Z, move it up on the Z axis. Okay, and we're gonna go right here to the object data properties, and we're gonna hit front. Okay, and opacity, we can just turn it down a little bit. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna select this, which is our you know what, I'm gonna pull this forward some. G, Y, I'm gonna move it up on the Y axis, not in the front, but like right. Yeah, like right there. So let's go back to the front. So now we have the reference image like right behind the plane. So we're just gonna like trace this and just copy this the best way we could. there's so many ways we can do this. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna just show y'all a quick way. You know, this with this method right here, you can pretty much make anything in Blender. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we have the plane selected, and we're gonna hit tab to go into edit mode, right? So now we're gonna hit K for the knife tool, and let's use your scroll wheel to zoom in, and we're just gonna click and trace this SD card, okay? And try to be as, you know, if you want to make a straight line, just hit A, and hit A again to, hit A twice to get out of that. So I'm gonna hold shift, and anytime you want to move up, like don't just hit the scroll wheel. You want to hold shift and move with the scroll wheel, with the middle mouse button. I mean, so we're just gonna kind of, you know, go over this, go straight down, hit A, straight down. Yeah, so. And like I say, I probably would have done this a whole nother way, honestly, but it's still gonna work. And it don't have to be perfect either. These ways. This is one of the ways where you don't have to like know too much about modeling. Okay. All right. So all you gotta do now is just hit the space bar, and now you're good. So any point that's like, you know, that's kind of looking off, now I can come here, select that vertex. Let me scroll in, hold shift, hit the middle mouse button and drag it. I'm gonna hit G, and I'm gonna just move it like right there. Okay, right here. And make sure that you in the front face. Make sure it's not like sideways like this and nothing like that. You want to make sure that you in the front face. And like I said, you can, if you don't have a number pad or a big keyboard like, you know, like this one here, you know, if you don't have a big keyboard, you can just hit the button right up under the escape key right here, the tilde key, and that is, you know, it'll bring this up, and you can just hit front. You know, if you want to hit top, you go to the top, you know, but we're gonna stay in the front. Okay, so once you have this done, all you have to do now is go over here to the faces, and you're just gonna select this, and you hit Control I, and it's gonna invert it to where it select everything except for that, and you just hit X, delete faces. Okay. So one thing that we can do too is we can take this texture right here, and we can put it like on this shape, because right now we have a shape. If you look right here, this is the shape of it, right? And it's shaped exactly like this. So I'm gonna show y'all how to take this picture and put it on to the mesh. So we're gonna go back into the front view, and I'm gonna go to shading, and let's see. All right, so we shading, and we're gonna hit new, and you want to turn on this add-on called Node Wrangler. So we're gonna go to edit preferences. Oh, I'm sorry, edit preferences, add-on, and type in Node, Node, and Node Wrangler. Make sure it's checked, and come right here to the three lines and hit save preferences. You can exit out. So now we're gonna hit Control T, and all we have to do now is come here and select the picture that we just selected. So this. Okay. So I don't know if it's on there or not. I wonder why it's looking like this. All right, so we can go back to the layout. Okay, So let's select our mesh, and we can put this. Let's put this in the. Let's put it in the back. So all right, now we have this shape, and what we're gonna do now is we already let's hit Z and go to material preview, and it's crazy. It's already on there. That's crazy. It usually don't be on there that quick, but it's on there. But if it's not on there, what you want to do is go into tab mode, select the face, unwrap faces, and go to project from view. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back into one, the front face. I'm sorry. Let's go right click, unwrap faces, project from view. No, unwrap faces, Q projection. Nah, it's really on there, but it really don't do that like that. It's not supposed to. But like I said, if it's not on there, you can go to right click. Let's see, Q projection, and let's go to UV editing, and all you would have to do is like hit A, cause like right now it's not on there. Let's go. I'm sorry. Go to material view. So now you see like this shape here is over all these. So that's why you see all the SD cards in this shape. So all you would have to do is like hit S to scale it down, and G to grab it, and just bring it over here where this is, and just scale it down some more till it match. Okay, probably some more scale right there, and we're gonna hit G, hold shift just to move it very light, and just drag it like that. And now you see that this shape is right above this one, so it, you know what I'm saying, it put the texture onto the mesh. So once we got this done, we can come here, we can delete this. Let's delete this back thing, and we have the SD card pretty much made now. Okay, so what you want to do now is go click on it, hit tab, go into edit mode, and we're going to extrude it. We're going to hit E for extrude, and we're going to hold shift. We don't have to hold shift, but holding shift just kind of like makes it to where it don't move so much. Okay, so we're just going to extrude it out a little bit like this. Okay, so I'm gonna select this back face right here, and I'm gonna let's see, yeah, I'm gonna select this back face. So I'm gonna hit G over here, and I'm gonna see, yeah, so now it moves this. Let me see. Okay, bet. So now we're gonna hit rotate. Let me see, RZ. Nah. Okay. So let's scale it on the Y axis, no, on the X axis, and just kind of reverse it like that. Okay. Hit G for grab and just kind of line it up, and boom, we have our SD card, right? So let's select all the side faces right here, and the way to do that to where you don't have to like select like like click each one, hold shift and click each one like this. All you have to do is just, let me click off, hold alt and click in the middle, and it'll select the whole outside. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna right click on it, and we're gonna go to Cube projection, and I basically just want this whole outside of this to be black. So I'm gonna just hit S to scale this down, and I'm gonna move it probably like right here where the black is. You can scale it down some more. Oh, sorry. Over here. Make sure that if you hit scale over here, it's gonna scale this. But if you hit S over here, it'll scale this. Okay. So let's just move right here, and boom. Okay. So right now we have the whole SD card made now. Okay, so to make things really pop and look, realistic, you want to so we got this part here is kind of like the it's not the hard part, but it's the part that once you get this out the way, that you can do the fun part. So it's so many different ways we can do this, but let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go back into tab mode. Edit mode. I'm gonna hit tab, and I'm gonna hit Control R. Let me see if I can do that. So I can't do that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, because I was gonna try to make an edge loop, but we can do that with something else. So we're gonna have to do it the hard way. So we're gonna hit the tilde key over here, the button underneath the tab, not the tab, the escape key, and we're gonna go to back. So I want this to be like straight up and down like this. So what we're gonna do now is the same thing we did earlier. Let's scroll in, hold shift. Let's hit K, and we're gonna trace all these. Okay. So let's scroll. The more you scroll in, the more you zoom in, the easier it is. So we're gonna hit K. It don't have to be perfect. You know what? Let's hit A for a straight line. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. So I hit K, and we're gonna just make some straight squares. So hit A, boom, and just come up and down like this. Okay, so hit the space bar, and let's do the same thing. So we hit K and just trace over this. And hold shift if you have to. Space bar. Every time you finish, just hit the space bar. Hit K again, and we're gonna trace over this. Yeah. Hold shift so that it won't connect to anything else. And boom, space bar. And like I said, we can always come back later to make these a little more defined to where it's like, oh no, what's going on with that? So I said G, no. It's moving the whole thing. It's crazy. I ain't never seen it do that. Okay, it's all good. We'll make it work. So let's hit K. Let's go back again. K, knife tool. Zoom in, hold shift, and just okay, space bar, hold shift, middle mouse button. Let's do K. So basically, we're just gonna trace all these. And for the sake of this tutorial, it don't have to be perfect, because sometimes imperfections makes things look a little more realistic. It's crazy. Okay. It's like if you had like a picket fence or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't want each part of the fence like, like completely straight, It's just gonna give it like a unrealistic look. Sometimes it'll like connect to this, so all you gotta do is like scroll in so you can really get closer. Wow. Okay, so hit K. Knife. Space bar. We're gonna come back and we're gonna edit all these little points. Hopefully we can. This is like probably like if you was animating this or something. Well, not really animate. If you did like a simulation on this or something. I know when you do simulations, you want to make sure like the mesh is like the topography, whatever they call it, is on point. But in this case, we just doing a model. It don't have to be perfect. So we'll hit K again. This is the last one. Spacebar. So now we're gonna go back to face mode and we're gonna select all the faces. Right, so deselect that part. So all these parts are selected now. So all we want to do now is hit E for extrude and just extrude back. So you can hold shift and just extrude back a little bit. Boom. So if you go back into edit mode, you can extrude some more, E. So just hit G, Y, bring it back. About right there. Perfect. Cool. So we got that part done. And the next thing I may do, the last part I may do is just to do this little indentation like right here. And that'll be it. And we're done. Simple as that. And let's say, so we're gonna go back into the front face and let's go K. I'm sorry, I go into edit mode first. Okay, so we're gonna hit K and we're just gonna trace this. I don't know if that's gonna work. It's something new. I ain't gonna. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just tracing this. And when you do the curves, you wanna like do as many little points as possible to make it as curvy. You don't want it to look blocky. Space bar, hit the little face right there, and should we go in with it? So I'm gonna hit I for inset like this, and we just gonna hit E for extrude, just a hair. Cool. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna hold Alt and click here. Probably right. Yeah, so we're gonna select all this around and I'm gonna hit inset, I for inset, and just I'm gonna hit E for extrude and I'm gonna go back with it a little bit. So they kind of give it like a little baby indentation on some stuff. All right, and boom, we got us a SD card. So whenever you you're gonna right click, you see this little point right here. So you want this to always be in the middle of your object, unless you want to like, because wherever this point is that's where it's gonna like orbit from, you know. So if this was a door, we would want this to be like right here, because you want the door to open like this, if that makes sense. Instead of it just twisting in the middle, doors orbit from the hinge. So this is kind of like the hinge, you know. So we're gonna hit right click, set origin to geometry. So now it's gonna put it in the middle. So another thing too to make things look realistic is a floor. So I'm gonna hit Shift A and I'm gonna hit mesh, and I'm going to scale this up a little bit. Z, bring it down to where it's touching, and just scale this down some, I guess. So if I wanted to like, say if I wanted to scale it from the bottom to where it was gonna still touch the floor, let me go back. Dang it. So yeah, if I wanted to scale this from the bottom, you see this little thing right here? This is the 3D cursor. So I'm gonna hold Shift and right click right here. So and you want to rotate it to make sure that the 3D cursor is stuck to it. So you hit right click, set origin to 3D cursor. So now the origin is down here. So now when I scale it down, it stays on the floor. Okay. So let's add a material to the floor. No, we're just gonna do like a black one. And crazy thing about it, we not even in render. Oh, we in yeah, we're not even in render. So we're gonna go to R rendered, and this is our SD card that we just made from scratch. Bring it up. Cool. Whenever you creating things in 3D and stuff, you want to add like you want to add lighting to it. That's what makes things look realistic. So we're gonna turn this one off, and I'm gonna just hit Shift A. This is like a simple lighting technique. We're gonna do an area light, and Z, bring it up. Right there, and wham. If that don't look like an SD card, my name ain't what it is. Okay, bet. So now, if you wanted to add like the little pieces over here, you know, which is super simple to do. All you have to do is, let me see, just look at it. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the UV editor. Okay, bet. So now you see this little gray, you know, little gray thing right here. We can come to the mesh, go to edit mode, and let's see. So I basically want to focus on this part right here. So all you have to do is come to select or view, go to view, I'm sorry, and go to frame selected. So now it's going to come like right here by the frame that you want to focus on. If you have a number pad, all you got to do is hit the period key on the number pad, and it'll do that for you. So all we have to do now is just, you know, to create this little point, all we have to do is hit Control or Command R if you're on a Mac. It's going to create an edge loop. So we want to bring this edge loop like all the way up to where, pretty much where it start. We're going to hit Control R, do another edge loop, come about right here. About right over here. So we're going to select this face, and we're going to hit I for inset. But inset like this. And I'm going to scale it, S on the scale on the Y axis like that. And all you got to do is hit E for extrude, and it's going to bring out, you can bring it out a little bit. So it'll have to come all the way out here like this. Okay. And to get the little, to make it curve, all you have to do is like select this edge right here. This one, I'm sorry. This top one, this top edge, like right here. And you can hit Control. Let me see. We can do both of these. Hold Shift and select this one too. Control B or Command B, and it's gonna add like a bevel. And all you gotta do is like roll it a couple times, roll the mouse wheel a couple times, and move the mouse, and that'd be kind of like it. Really, it's not much. Okay. Let's see. If I wanted to bring this down, let me see how I would do that. So G, Z. No. So I'm gonna select this. Let's see, this little button right here, and I'm gonna come this way, and I'm gonna select all this. Let me see, scale, zoom. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna select this part, this face that's already selected, this whole thing, and we're gonna hit right click, and we're going to go to cube projection. Okay. All right, what's the rule of this? I think I selected something else. Huh? Okay. So basically, you want to select this this face right here. This, oh, no, I'm sorry. Let's get out of this X-ray view. So we're just gonna select the outside faces. This face, this face. All right, bet. So if we're gonna select this one first, and we're just gonna like hit A to select them all, and scale it down, and you're just gonna bring it like right over here on top of this little thing. So we're gonna scale it down a lot actually. Hold S, scale it down some more. Bring it over here. S, X, G, bring it here. And we're gonna scale it S, Y, I'm sorry, S, Y, G, bring down, boom. And the same goes for this one. Hit A, scale it down a whole lot. G, bring it over here. Scale it down, so S, X, make it a little skinnier. Scale on the S, on the X axis, and bring that like right here. Scale on the Y, kind of come up and down. Boom. All right, and the same goes for this. You can just hold Alt. Nope, not hold Alt. So we're gonna hit Shift and just select all these. It's not that many. All right, and hit A and just scale it down. And truth be told, you can bring that like probably here. Or you can just scale it down like this. Let's see. G, bring it over here. Like that. Scale it down some more. R, rotate it like that. And G, bring it here. Boom. So now, that's that. So now we have the little thingy on the side, the little lock thing. Like I say, details is everything, you know. Even like this. Let's see. Let's select this. So we're gonna come here, and I'm gonna just scale it down a hair. So, cause you want to keep it black, you don't want to have no gray, you know, nothing gray on the outside and stuff. But yeah, I feel like, you know, this is it. This is the rendered version of our SD card. Hopefully y'all learn a little something from this. It's not really that much, but it kind of like shows what you can do with Blender. You can create all types of things, so many different ways. And at the end of the day, if it looks good, it's really not a right or wrong way to do it. So yeah, until next time, you know, this is something light. I think the next time we do something, we're going to create a controller. I did a Nintendo Switch tutorial a while back, so I'm gonna upload that, and after that we're gonna create this PlayStation controller. And I guess like whenever you create one thing, you have to create something else and create something else and create something else, and the repetition, you repeating it, is gonna make you better and better. That's the only way I got better at Blender. And you know, I looked at this person's technique versus this person's technique, and I kind of put my I kind of made it into my own. So yeah, until next time, I hope y'all learned something. You know, peace out. Hello.
But can you come help me with this stuff?
Oh, you outside?
Yeah.
All right.